Hey, good morning, everybody out there in the virtual world. Hoping everybody who is within the sound of my voice is doing well. So I just want to share with you. Something briefly. I call it the 5 minute fix. So I hope it encourages you, and I hope that you are blessed from it. So I've been thinking about Easter week and all it means. I've been thinking about how we as a Christian culture, how we venerate it and honor it, and we sort of put it on a different kind of a shelf. We have Holy Thursday, we have Good Friday, and then the big day, Resurrection Day, Easter Sunday. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that we should treat it differently. I think we should honor it in a different way. But it makes me think, about a time when I learned a great lesson. So I was about 20 years old, and my brother Dave was 12 or maybe 13. So there's a 7.5 year difference. And my brother went away on a weekend trip to, I think, Lake Champion in New York. So he went to a new organization. He went, it was a youth group event, and it was held by Young Life. Now, everybody knows of Young Life now. It's a popular organization. It's been around a long time, but then it was in its infancy. It was brand new. So he goes away, with my brother Dave, and he comes home and he becomes a believer. So he gave his life to the Lord up there, and he comes home and he becomes a Christian, and he's on fire. And I remember, I went inside of his room, I think the day after he got home, and he, had a few signs up. I think he probably made them, and he had them, and it was on his mirror, it was on his door, it was on his wall, and it said simply this. It said, "Live for Christ every day in every way." And I remember, as a 20-year-old man, I was anything but a Christian. I was neck deep in the world. I was a wild man at this point in my life. But even then, it made such an impression on me that this kid who was, he was a 13-year-old kid, he was writing, "Live for Christ every day in every way." And I think about that all these years later. It's been over 30 years, and it still has just makes such an impression on me all of these years later. So I thought about Easter week in conjunction to that sign. And listen, I'm a pastor, so I'm all about Easter week. I'm all about honoring it and remembering that it is special. It is holy. It should be put on a different kind of a shelf. But at the same time, I think the call of Christ always was, always is, and always will be an every day in every way thing, a moment by moment, in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of a good time, in the, high times and low times and median times, rich, poor, healthy, sick. It's always been and always will be an every day in every way thing. So, I just want to thank my brother Dave that at 12 or 13 years old, he had the guts to write every day in every way, and to put it up for a crazy 20-year-old wild man. And it's made such an impression on me, because it is truth that it always was, always is, and always will be an every day in every way kind of an existence.